Well, I've owned my Porsche Boxster S for about 2 months now, so I think it's about time to share some of the things that I love about it. For real. For real. So the first thing I love about my Porsche Boxster S is perhaps the most unsurprising, and that's the handling. Other than the MX-5, this is probably the most accessible sports car you can drive quickly. So it doesn't matter whether you're a first-time driver or Chris Harris, you're gonna love it. So the second thing that I love is, of course, the engine. I think this is the cheapest way you can get into the Porsche's iconic flat six, other than 986, which I think is a bit too detuned to really be characterful. It was a big surprise for me because I kind of knew, okay, flat six, great, but it's not the 911 variant. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It still revs to 8,000, it's still incredibly characterful, and it puts a smile on my face every time I start it up. For real. For real. For real. I need lunch. Right.
Still rolling.
That's a brilliant outtake. I've got loads of bits of you up. Let's go on in the video. Well, the third thing that I love is the value of this car. For £12,000, you get a Porsche Flat 6, those looks, that handling, chef's kiss. Sorry, I'm going giddy now. The third reason why I love this Porsche is because of the value for money. I mean, you can get a Porsche Boxster S for £12,000. Flat six, fantastic handling. People who don't know about cars think you drive a really expensive car when you don't, and people who do know think you're a dickhead. It's fantastic. So another thing that I absolutely love, and probably the first thing that both Nima and I picked up on, was the interior, funnily enough. This optional 911 spec wheel looks so much better than a standard one, far less dated, I think. The dials, those classic Porsche dials, are probably the number one thing that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid when I wanted to own one of these. They're absolutely fantastic. So clear to read as well. The only probably the letdown is the center console here, which I want to rip out and put a one of those aftermarket Apple CarPlay things in, because it looks really naff now. But arguably the highlight, which you need to get and you need to look out for if you want to buy one of these things, is the optional bucket seats. Forget the Sport Chrono, that's just pointless. These optional bucket seats are so comfortable. It completely transforms your experience of the car. So yeah, thumbs up for the interior. Well, there's plenty more things I absolutely adore about this Boxster S, but I'm going to keep it short. So the final thing that I love is the way it makes me feel. It's got that mid-engined, flat six exotic feel. It revs to 8,000 RPM, sounds incredible, looks good, and when I take friends out on it, they always love it. When I was thinking of buying this car, I was actually thinking of this as a sort of Z4 rival, but I think this is way beyond that. The engine and the Porsche badge just puts it on another level. So if you're thinking of buying one, do not hesitate. Just put down that money and drive it away. Even if your wife leaves you and you have to remortgage your house, and then you move into the garage and then the golf course, and everyone laughs at you, calls you, you know, you got a small willy, you can drive a Porsche, and then you end up on the streets living in your car. Still worth it. Handling. Think about it. So I hope you enjoyed watching 5 things that I love about my Boxster S. I know I sound like a giddy little kid, but honestly, this is another level to a Z4 or an SLK. The mixture of that seductive Porsche badge, the flat six engine, the handling and the looks make this an absolute no-brainer if you're looking for a cheap sports car for around £12,000. I'll see you next time for more CarChaps content. Take care.